Hi, I'm Kirsten from Haak Maar Raak, and today I will show you how to make the motifs for the Noëlle blanket. So to start, you will need 3 colors. You need white for the center and 2 shades of the same color. I'm using pink in this case. Light will be for the inside of the flower and a darker shade will be for the outside of the flower. We're going to start with a magic loop. In a magic loop, you will make 6 single crochet. When you've made 6 single crochet, you pull the loop tight and you join to the first stitch with a slip stitch. Don't cut your yarn. Now we're gonna make 4 chains. This counts as your first double crochet and the chain. Next, make a double crochet in the stitch at the base of your 4 chains. We're now going to continue with the other spokes. Make a double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, and make another double crochet in the same stitch. Continue like this all the way around. When you've done this, you will see that you already have 6 corners. Now join your last double crochet with a slip stitch to the 3rd chain of your beginning 4 chains. That's your first and second round done. Cut your yarn. Next, take the light shade. We're now going to make the flower. Join with a slip stitch in the space between 2 double crochets. So not in the chain 1 space, but in the space between 2 double crochets. And then make a single crochet in the same space. Next, we're going to make 3 double crochets, a picot, and then 3 double crochets in the chain 1 space. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to make a picot, which is a very pointy stitch. Chain 2, insert your hook in the 2nd chain, pull up a loop and pull it through the loop on the hook. This creates a very pointy cluster of stitches. Now we're going to make 3 double crochet in the same chain 1 space as before. Now you're going to make a single crochet in the next space between double crochets. That's your first flower petal sorted. Continue like this all the way around. In the next round, we're going to define and separate the petals for the flowers a bit more. So grab your dark color. We're going to make back post half double crochets and dropped half double crochets in this round. And now I want you to join your color in a way that suits the back post half double crochets. Isolate a stitch to the right side of any single crochet you just made. It doesn't matter which petal. Insert your hook from the back, across the front and back to the back, like you were making a back post half double crochet, and pull up your yarn. Now simply make a slip stitch. This secures your yarn in a way that doesn't clash with the back post half double style. Next, chain 2 and then make a back post half double crochet on the same stitch. That's your first back post half double crochet made. We're now going to make a dropped half double crochet over the single crochet into the space between 2 double crochets that you made in the 2nd round. Yarn over, insert your hook in that space, pull up a loop, make sure it's up to the top of where your current stitches live, yarn over and pull through all loops. This creates the dropped half double crochet. Next, we're going to make 6 back post half double crochets across all 6 stitches of the next petal, and we're going to skip the picot. I've made 6 back post half double crochets, and as you can see on the back side of my work, there are 6 stitches over here, and I've skipped the picot. It's just floating over here. On the front side, you see 6 little crossbars, the hallmarks of the back post stitches. So that's all good. Now we're going to make our next drop half double crochet. So yarn over and insert your hook again in the space between 2 double crochets of round 2. Pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all loops on hook. That's your second dropped half double crochet. Now continue with making back post half double crochets and drop stitches all the way around. In the next round, we're going to make the hexagon shape. And we're going to do this by making half double crochets along the sides and making corners right in the stitches that are behind the picots. So we're going to have 6 corners and 6 sides. To get started, chain 2. These don't count as a stitch. Make a half double crochet in the stitch at the base of your chain 2. This does count as a stitch. That's your first stitch of the round. Next, make 4 more half double crochets. Your next stitch is a stitch that's right behind the picot. So we're going to make a corner there. To do so, make 1 half double crochet, chain 2, and make 1 half double crochet in the same stitch again. That creates a corner that gives you the hexagon shape. Next, crochet 6 half double crochets until you're at the next corner stitch. Here we're going to create another corner. So make 1 half double crochet, chain 2, and make 1 half double crochet in the same stitch again. Continue like this all the way around. Once you've made your final corner stitch, make 1 last half double crochet and then either join it with a slip stitch to your first half double crochet, skipping the chain 2s, or use an invisible stitch to fasten off this round. I will do the invisible stitch because I prefer that one. To do so, cut your yarn and then remove your hook from the loop. Grab a needle. And now we're gonna find the first stitch, the first proper stitch. So we're gonna skip the chain 2 because the chain 2 doesn't count as a stitch. Here's the first next stitch. And we're gonna insert our hook in the stitch to the left of it. So the second stitch. We're gonna mimic a top loop. So we insert our hook from front to back. And then back through the top of your last stitch again. I also insert it through the back loops. And when you pull it sides, you will see that it falls over your first stitch and it is nearly invisible. Now to fasten off, I simply go through another stitch and weave in my ends as normal. This is how your invisible stitch looks like from the top and from the sides. As the name implies, you can barely see it. This is how you make your Noëlle motif. Next up is the join. The join is a white round that goes around your motif and adheres to the picots that you left floating in the motif. For your first motif, you will need to make a joining round that is not attached to anything. For all the other motifs, you will join as you go, so in your final round, you will join to a side or multiple sides of the motifs in the blankets. For the join, take your white yarn. Now identify the stitch that's right on top of the dropped half double crochet. It is a stitch that is 4 out of the corners, so 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the stitch you will join in. Make a slip stitch. And you can do this in any side, it doesn't matter which side. Make a slip stitch and then chain 3. These 3 chains do not count as a stitch. Next, make a double crochet in the same stitch. Make 2 more double crochets on the same side. There's now only one stitch left on this side. That's this one. We're going to make 2 stitches now. First, we're going to make a treble in the picot that's left floating over here. The next stitch is going to be a double crochet and you're going to make that into the last stitch. For this pattern, we're not going to crochet in the corners of the actual motif. So to make a treble, yarn over twice, insert your hook in the picot, and make sure to catch both loops. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 on hook, yarn over, pull through the second 2 loops on hook, and yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops on hook. Now make your double crochet in the last stitch of the side. So it's going to be behind the treble, hidden behind the treble a little bit. Next up, make 2 chains to make the corner. Then make a double crochet in the first stitch on the other side of the corner. That's a double crochet. And then make a treble in the same picot as you did before. As you can see, that pulls the point of the flower outwards even more. Now continue with making double crochets along the side until you reach the final stitch again. When you're in the final stitch again, make a treble in the picot. Make sure to catch both loops, so one of the loops from either of the chains in your picot. Make a double crochet in the last stitch. Chain 2. And then make a double crochet in the first stitch on the other side of the corner. And a treble in the picot again. Continue like this all the way around. Once you're all the way around, make your final double crochet and then either join with a slip stitch in the top of your first stitch or use the invisible stitch. This is how you make your Noëlle motif.